Oh, that huge pile of snow that was there all winter is long gone. Are you ready for this, Rex? Watch how he knows to dodge that rain right there. Yep, there's a little overhang. How do you dress for this weather? Dress like a duck. Oh, it must be a Saturday in April. Saturday, April 26th. It's rained every Saturday up here. Last Saturday it was 84 in southern New England, 83 in Boston. Put my hood on. Rex, we got to do it. Come on. We got to do it. Yeah, I'm still at the ski resort. And it's springtime. April showers. Forget April showers. These are April downpours. It's just a huge area of rain. It may let up a little bit midday or so here. Very heavy rain on the radar this morning. A couple of low pressure centers. One's moving into Canada. There's another one that's going to go and form on the Maine coast to kind of keep the rain going. But there may be a break down here, up here around lunchtime or so, hoping. Somehow, this is how it looked yesterday. Somehow, 3:30. Every night, the Legion of Groom finds little stashes of snow to spread around and fix it at the base so we can get on and off the lift, to the lift, and up the mountain. Up the mountain, there's still several feet of snow, more than 70 inches at the snow stake at the very top. And it is going to snow again tomorrow up here on closing day. Ken Forbes says, this is how a mountain should look when it closes. Just barely getting down around the rocks and the mud. And there's still some fun wall-to-wall white carpet up there on some of these trails that they open the first thing in the season. They're the last ones to come down. But that challenge of how to build it up at the base. And without this rain, we wouldn't have scenes like this. Peter Martika in Middlefield, Connecticut. April showers bring pre-May flowers in the peach orchard there. Thank you, Peter, for sharing. I know you're probably getting tired of all my snow and mud scenes up here in Vermont, and we are going to come south in about 48 hours. So there are 2 more mornings out this door, and I am going to get on the over easy, and we are going to go and at least assess the situation this morning before we come back with the rest of the story. Inches of rain and maybe inches of snow. T-Rex. Oh, yeah, and yesterday, Leanne Moore features something, another first time for me, seeing one of these beauties, a bear of a weather story, coming up. 4 hours later, 11 a.m., not much has changed. Let's look at the wind field. We talked about these barbs yesterday, max. Wind off Maine's coming in from the south-southeast at 10, 20, 30 knot wind. That's very humid air. The blue numbers are dew points. Temperature 60, dew point 59 in Boston. Temperature and dew point pegged at 60 there in Springfield and Westfield and New Haven. And then the colder air is way back here. There is an upper level low, and we can look at that on the weather radar. There's the upper level low. There's snow and rain mixed there, Ontario-Quebec border. Here is our rain with a new low developing right over Connecticut right now. And there's a little dry slot trying to come into northern Vermont. I was kind of hopeful that maybe it would dry out a little bit. I did go outside this morning and got soaked. Show you a little bit of that in a second. I wanted to show you the satellite imagery. So there's our upper level low. That's going to swing in with rain changing to snow in parts of New England tonight. And where's the nearest sunshine? Looks like there's a little there south of Watertown, New York, and off of New Jersey, but I don't think we're going to see the sun. That is a big cloud. And would you mind if I didn't go out the door? Can I just open the door and look out? Oh, boy. I think yesterday I said it's not going to rain as hard as last Saturday, is it? And it's not raining as hard as some of those downpours we had last Saturday, but this one's making up for it in consistency. I think we've already had probably 3/4 of an inch of rain today. And the crews did it again. This is what it looked like. I got over there at 8 o'clock, and Scott Reeves was there, and Mountain Ops did it again. They built a new snow road from the over easy over to the Forerunner, and a couple of aisles of snow for us. And depending on where you skied this morning, Nosedive was not groomed, by the way. Stay away from Nosedive. But over around Lord and North Slope, this is what it looked like, wall to wall, from one edge of the trail to the other side, complete snow cover. This is the part of the mountain where the snow guns come on first. in the fall. So that's the deepest, most consistent snow. There's Connor down there. Hey, Connor, I still owe you for a couple days ago. Working in the rain. Yep, doing what they have to do. Yeah, everyone that worked in the rain out here this morning, thank you so much for everything you do. And what's the weather going to do? Well, I was hoping for a dry slot. Let's see if we can see one on the NAM high res. This is the 12Z run, so it's the latest guidance. And there's a little bit of a back edge of rain trying to work into here in northern Vermont in the next couple of hours. Heavy downpours continuing to shift from southwest to northeast. An embedded thunderstorm. Yesterday it looked like there would be a line of a thunderstorm, like a squall line crossing the Connecticut River. Now it looks more like a broken areas of downpours. Still intense, but getting fewer and further apart as the sun goes down. One goes there by Boston. And now where's the snow? Well, it's the upper level low. The red line's 546, 552, warm enough for rain. And then there's the 540 line coming in out of southern Ontario and southern Quebec. And the blue is snow. And it's coming in a little later than it had it yesterday. It looks like about 11Z, that's 7 a.m., 12Z, 8 a.m. It's snowing up here in northern Vermont. And it looks like it does snow hard at the tops of the mountains for a short time. That could be 2 or 3 inches of almost fluffy snow, believe it or not, on top of all this. Tomorrow above 3,500 feet, but at the base it could be raining. You see that snow shifting into New Hampshire and snow changing back to rain as it ends in Vermont right about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Some heavier snow is happening then over Mount Washington and east to Sugarloaf and points north, especially in southeastern Quebec. And then it all kind of changes back to rain as the back edge goes off the coast of Maine now tomorrow evening. Tomorrow night about midnight it's done. It's a chilly high pressure system and some air cool enough for a little frost in spots, especially where it goes calm Sunday night and Monday morning. And then it's just a nice day Monday with a high pressure system coming right over us. And no lift served skiing here at Stowe. I'm not sure where Jay will have the lifts going. I think Sugarloaf is going to be done after tomorrow and maybe come back next weekend. And Killington, I'm sure. And I think Sugarbush may still be going. So there's a few areas still going, but I'll be heading south on Monday. And how much snow? Okay, let's talk about that. I guess I'm running that snow map right now, aren't I? This is the snow accumulation potential, and you see the blue is like 1 to 3 inches, and you get to some purple, and that's up towards 6 inches above probably 3,000 feet, really high elevation. And then the darker purple, that's 12 to 14 inches there. Franklin County, Maine, north of Sugarloaf through Eustis, Maine, Jackman, Maine. Even lower elevations could come in with a half a foot or more. And the tops of any high country out there, it's looking like a foot of snow with an upper level low that stalls here tomorrow. And it's gone on Monday. Is that the end of the snow for the season? I don't know. We're going back and forth monitoring that Arctic air late next week, but I think it's probably it, but not definitely, because there are some signs that colder air wants to come back in a week. It's always a Thursday, Friday thing. So for that, we go to the GFS. Last night's run of the GFS. And here is our low redeveloping, moving out of northern New York, redeveloping on the Maine coast, upper level low. There's that batch of purple, sleet, and blue snow and green rain lifting out. Tomorrow turns mostly nice in southern New England after this 1 to 3 inch rainstorm. Somewhat breezy tomorrow night. The high pressure goes south of us on Monday, and the return of the warm air advection is a little bumpy. It looks like there's going to be some showers coming in probably by Tuesday morning, and now it looks like the front is moving faster. So if we get a warm day in the 80s, it would probably have to be Tuesday in southern New England, warm and windy. The cold front's now coming through Tuesday night. By Wednesday, new cold air advection, but that's only cold really up in the sky. So in southern New England, Wednesday is a much improved day. That forecast of that front has really sped up. These fronts, timeout. I talk about the speed of these fronts. Remember about 5 days ago, 6 days ago, when we showed the GFS on a Monday and it showed the front coming through on a Friday, and we thought it would rain like this on a Friday, but it actually happened on a Saturday. So that's what happens in a 5 to 6 day forecast, never mind an 8 to 10 day forecast. So it's a moving target. You know there's going to be a front around. You just don't know when and how impactful it's going to be. And unfortunately, what looked promising for a Saturday 6 days ago turned into this. So that's just our note of caution when we try and look at these long-range models. Back to this in motion with the front pushing off on Wednesday, cold air advection. And where is the Arctic air? It looks like another low with some more severe weather coming out of the middle of the nation, coming at New England on Thursday into Friday with more downpours. Supposedly, all right, stop. This is where we were looking for the Arctic air before. The Arctic air on Friday, May 2nd, is way up there, totally disconnected from New England because the flow from the southwest is winning. So, in other words, the southeastern United States ridge pushing warmer air all the way up to the Canadian border. So, there's no cold around New England, but that Arctic 510 line is up there, and you can almost make out the 504 right off the top of the map. That's east of Hudson Bay, Canada. That's 1,000 miles north, but it's there. And then when the system goes by, let's put it back in motion on Friday. And it says the front is going to be gone on Saturday with just some low barometer cold and chance of a May shower. That's May 3rd. But where have we seen that before? That Saturday looks more hopeful. And the blue lines are over us. Note the blue lines are here, the 534 and 540. And this now goes out through Sunday the 4th. And at 240 hours is now Monday, May 5th. And it shows big upper level low. You can't really tell, but you see the blue lines, the 534 and the 540. That's going to be very unstable with those big cumulus clouds and chance of sprinkles or even cold enough for snowflakes in the mountains at that point. And you can't really make out the surface high. You can see the one to the south. That's going to be trying to push warmer air in our direction, but there's an even stronger high that it's not, you can't see the blue H, but trust me, it's about a 1030 high way up in northern Quebec trying to push the colder air south. So there will be a boundary around, and there will be air cold enough to support some snow in May, even though right now we don't see any more big storms. But the snow that's coming in tomorrow night, we really didn't see that until we got into within about 60 hours. So talking to some of the people around here, Joe over at the lift line, he says, yeah, I remember a spring like this when we had the lifts going right through May. And he said that was around the year 2000. So we had a great winter. The J blog is posted. We gave pretty much an A. Mother Nature got an A for a great winter, even though the last 3 Saturdays have turned into this, spoiling our tailgating. I have to put my gear in a dryer if I want to go out again this afternoon. I was kind of hoping we'd see some sunshine, but we are not, obviously. So that's the end of the weather. The end more yesterday. Always fun to run into Max Dex coming from Martha's Vineyard to ski and catching up and giving me the stickers and trinkets and having fun and catching some air in the park. Max says we were riding on, what did you call it? Spring slushies and Italian ice. Corn snow yesterday. That was really good. That the rain held off for us yesterday. That was a bonus. And tomorrow it is going to snow up here, but it's going to be up top, and it's going to be a really wet day. So here's the Enmore, and there's a encounter with nature of the likes I have never had in my life. Yesterday we showed a bear crossing a trail at Killington. Well, yesterday I crossed the trail of a bear. If you want to hang on to the very end here, I thought I was done in the nosedive glades. I was going to wrap it for the day, but always something else comes up, and we'll conclude it down in the village in Stowe. Another 7 or 8 minutes in this video. Okay, thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the comments and everything. We'll be back on our Not in a Hurry Sunday tomorrow morning. And hopefully we'll see a little bit of white right down here into the gardens. And more. Nice hike up this hill to, Willie, what's going on with the quad, man? It's not working right now. We got to go down the hill.
Yeah, the chair that's not right, so they got to...
You in a limo now, Carl? Getting chauffeured around the world. It's a perfect Weller-time day here. Walked up the hill to the Forerunner, which is not operating. There's a chair malfunction. So we're to the sunrise, and look at the line at 8 o'clock. So it's perfect day to start at 8:05. Another beauty. And almost 1 year to the day, Max from the Vineyard. Max Dex pulling out his wallet.
No web pay. Another sticker, buddy.
Another sticker, man.
Full year.
Beautiful.
Woo.
Our 1 year anniversary riding together.
Yeah, man.
That's gorgeous.
From the eclipse to this, you know? What a good year.
How would you rate this year?
Beyond belief.
Really? So
Little angel dust just came down over and over again and just treated us consistently. And my friend, who's such a good tour guide, Bob, gave me the days that you ask for, the days that you wish for. And
Where?
oh, you're filming. Hi, Mom.
Where?
Tucked away. You
Up
know
there?
the bench. You showed
Yep,
us the
yep.
bench and everything.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I do. Traffic jam. Out the door. Weather and more. It's a party. Max Dex in the house. Showing us how it's done. Hey, knuckle dragger. These knuckle draggers are taking over the world around here. Look at them all. They're going to the park, no doubt. Everyone's doing it. And then there's some of us get 2 planks. So what to do while waiting for a shuttle? Admire the stationary cloud. Watch people get on the sunrise, 6-pack, 4 runners down. And observe nature. Water running down the hill. And these flowers, I just Googled, or put in my iNaturalist, are called Tussiligo, from the Latin tussle, which is cough, and ago. Long ago, it was used for medicine, but they discovered toxic alkaloids, so don't be eating the Tussiligo, also known as colt's foot. Everybody dance now. Copyright. Big dig into Stowe Spruce Lodge skating rink / lawn. All new drainage. I wonder if we're going to be getting AstroTurf here. I don't know if you can grow grass in that. 3:30. Time for one. Interesting to see how they stitch it back together again tonight. It's like 70 degrees. It's 70 degrees. Pretty cool how the rain held off both yesterday and today. Look at it, it's raining just south of us right now. Center line didn't make it to the last day. Bummer. Usually center line is still going after the close, but that's the last time we tried to close on April 27th. How are we going to stitch it together with this warm cycle tonight and the rain tomorrow? It'll be snowing on Sunday on mud. All right, I'm pretty close to the top of the summit now. Oh boy. There's some debris. Toll road is done for the season. I think they're running out of ropes down below. Yep. Stitching it together for the next 2 days is going to be a challenge, to say the least. Everybody's here. There's Annie. Annie and Dave. Into the glades. They asked me how Perry Merrill was. I said, I don't know. 4 p.m. Friday, April 25. Top of nosedive. TK's line does not have a rope. Probably the last time this season. It does have rocks though. You know the rocks. Bit of a festive attitude here. Oh yeah, come on, show me. It's slippery mud and slow rocks. Watch out for the weather, man. Pardon me. I always talk about differential lighting and heating. Well, there's no differential lighting, but just the nature of the environment here. Wow, did you hear that? Cold air oozing down, dense cold air coming down into the finest glades this side of Jackson Hole. Nosedive glades, April 25th, 4 p.m. closing bell. It's the end of the season. It's kind of sad. These are the nosedive glades. It's still 30 inches of snow in here and covered with organic debris. But we're in here. I don't think the lifts operated the last weekend in April around here in some time. Funny what you're skiing over in March. Sideways trees, Bottom of trees, upside down trees, through the trees. It stayed dry here, which is kind of a miracle. I think it's been raining near Sugarbush most of the day. Sweet. 4:05 p.m. I think that's enough for today. Old and new friends. Racing the water down the hill. But that's still all natural snow in there. Love the sound of some waterfall in piano. I thought I was done with the videos for today, but I've never seen a bear in my life. Can anyone see a bear right now? You see the birch trees? You hear the birds? So when you see a bear, what do? Do you just leave it alone, or do you get out of your car and go and talk to it? I'm tempted to get out of the car and go talk to it. Something in my mind says maybe that's not the best idea. But sometimes I change my mind. So I'm not going to go far. It's about 30, 40 feet. And it's obviously near a dumpster. Well, not obviously, right? What's for dinner? I'm just driving down the road, and you know how I like scenic vistas, so I love these birch trees, future flagpoles. Does anyone see a bear? There's one. Hi. I've never seen a bear before. You all know my moose from Sugarbush, right? I was much closer to that moose. All right, I'm done. Thanks, bye. I'm back in the car, and he's back where he was. He or she is chilling on the side of the road. Grubs? Are you eating grubs? Moles? Carl, maybe he's gonna eat your moles. Maybe he's gonna eat your plums. Am I supposed to go backwards or forwards when making a video of a bear? Doesn't seem too concerned about me right this second. But you never know. You could catch an edge. He's glancing up at me like T-Rex would. I think I hear a blue jay. Some other kind of birds. Hi, Mark Brown. We still have some stuff in common. Should I be going backwards right now? I'm in Stowe, Vermont. The side of the road. Probably about 30 paces. Of course, it never ends, because there's always more and more and more. How about a ladder up into the clouds? Until tomorrow, thanks for watching.